Black Alpha Network. Power to the people.
Black Alpha Network, power to all my people, all my brothers, sisters, kings, queens, goddess, and gods. We're going to talk about how covert white supremacy was the real winner of the 2020 presidential election. And we're going to do it the only way we know how. That's B1, certified black style. And it's still Team Us, so let's get it.
That's our motto. We want freedom by any means necessary.
I might be anywhere, but when I leave, you remember I said, with the last words on my lips, I am a revolutionary.
All right, one love, family. Black Alpha Network, Todd 6, back at it again, back like I never left. Make sure you hit me up on Twitter as Black Alpha Net W1 or Black Alpha 6, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support, and I send that shit right back to you. One love, we building and we working. Now, speaking of working, we got some shit to work out. The election just came, that shit took like 5 motherfucking days or whatever, but we gonna get to why that shit took 5 days in a minute. We gonna get to all the fuckery, all the bullshit. You know how we get down over here. Ain't no coon talk, ain't no motherfucking plantation talk, no bed bucks, no bed wenches, just straight B1 riders. No fuck boys allowed. Now, we all knew the election was here, so we all knew the fuckery, ignorant clown ass shit was about to be turned up to the fucking max. You couldn't walk down the goddamn street without seeing some clowns. You couldn't turn on the goddamn TV without seeing some fucking clowns. They was about to be everywhere. Coming out under the goddamn bed, coming out from the fucking closet, jumping off goddamn roofs. We seen it all and we knew the shit was coming. But it's our job to separate all the real ones from all the fake ones. Put the real ones like us in our own space and them fuck motherfuckers over there in their own space. And that's what we about to do, because that's how we do it on the Black AlphaCast. Now let's get to it. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, whatever the fuck the name is. I done broke them down in previous videos. If you need to hear how I feel about the motherfuckers, go back and watch them. You gonna love them. Pop some motherfucking popcorn and listen to them, because that shit's gonna be like listening to a goddamn greatest hits album. That shit gonna be like watching a motherfucking classic movie, because I broke that shit down. And everything I said on them goddamn videos is about to come true. Everything we predicted, everything we analyzed, and everything we observed is all coming true right now. All the real B1 riders out there, we all seen this shit ahead of time. They should thank us. That goes for me, you, all of us together. We called that shit out, and I salute all of us for staying on our job, staying on code, and calling that shit as it is. And if they don't believe us, all the fuck they gotta do is turn on the TV and watch all that fuckery going on, because that shit's happening right now. Niggas out here in the streets having fucking fake celebrations. Niggas having plantation parties, popping champagne, celebrating a bunch of bullshit. Only a bunch of dumbass niggas will have celebrations for losing. Niggas have victory parties for being the loser. What kind of motherfucking sense does that make? None. I mean, niggas is out here breaking coon records. Niggas is out here getting lifetime coon achievement awards on this motherfucker. Straight the fuck up. You ain't never seen no shit like this in your life. I'm talking about plantation shit to the motherfucking max. And you know it ain't no plantation shit unless you see Van Jones' ass on TV crying. It ain't no coon ass shit unless you see Van Jones. And guess what? His ass on TV crying. Big old bald-headed, moist, soft-ass sucker nigga. This nigga on TV crying more than the white bitches. If you didn't know no better and you just turned on TV, you wouldn't know who the white bitch is. The white bitch or the big bald-headed nigga crying like the white bitch. You know it's a sad motherfucking day when the white bitch thinks the black man is crying like a white bitch. Man, you can't make this shit up. Get the fuck out of here. Spike Lee out there popping champagne bottles like he done something. Bitch ass nigga. Motherfuckers talking about we done saved the country. Bitch ass niggas. I seen a motherfucker say we went from picking cotton to picking presidents. Whoever you are, motherfucker, you is a bitch ass coon plantation buck dancing buck broken ass nigga. Get your ass the fuck out the way. Never put this nigga on TV again. Hell no. Your ass gotta go into the Coon Hall of Fame. First fucking ballot. Immediately. Sign his ass up. But the reason behind all that shit is because Donald Trump ain't president no more. Because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the president and vice president. We talking about a motherfucker who wrote the crime bill and a motherfucker who locked up black folks got black folks celebrating. Come on. Come on, these motherfuckers in mold in a sunken place. And this is the shit we talking about. And it's deeper than all of that. Joe Biden wasn't elected president because people fuck with him. Joe Biden was elected president because he's here to stifle the black progress that has been made in the last 7 to 8 years. This is what this shit is about. Oh, trust and believe. Trust and believe. Joe Biden was selected. And I'm not talking about your average everyday white person. I'm talking about the motherfuckers you don't see. I'm talking about the head ups, the lobbyists, the corporate motherfuckers. The motherfuckers who lose money every time we burn some shit down. The motherfuckers who lose money every time we boycott some shit. The motherfuckers who understand black folks out here today is busting back. Them is the motherfuckers. I did a whole video on overt and covert white supremacy. Go check it out. And if you know your history in this country, then you see every time black folks turn up, white folks go covert. Every time black folks get on game, white folks go covert. Anytime we get any type of self-identification, self-pride, black love, white folks immediately go back to covert racism. Why? Because it's cheaper. It's simple. All that Donald Trump in your face racism, that overt shit, that shit costs money. And a lot of these white heavyweight motherfuckers ain't having that. So what happened was they selected Joe Biden to bring in that snake racism, that sneaky shit. Rock folks back to sleep. Have motherfuckers out here popping champagne bottles. Have Van Jones' big moist ass on TV crying like a hoe. That's why the fuck they did it. This shit all got a rhyme and a reason. And trust me, white folks is thinking 20 fucking years ahead. They ain't trying to have niggas out here burning shit. They ain't trying to have black folks out here loving each other, having self-pride, self-identifying, rejecting POC, person of color, rejecting minority. They ain't trying to see none of that shit. They rather bring in a motherfucker and do Obama 2.0. And that's exactly what Joe Biden is. Obama 2.0. Rock these motherfuckers to sleep, stab them in their fucking back while their asses out here having a plantation celebration. It ain't nothing new. This shit is this way, been this way, and will always be this way. Watch out for it. This is what happened coming out of the civil rights era. Black folks was running around this motherfucker dressed in leather, dipped in all black with shotguns, screaming power to the people by any means necessary. And came 1980, soon as the motherfucking ball dropped, soon as the clock struck 12, white folks went into covert racism. Start talking about Martin Luther King had a dream and shit. They know what time it is. They know what time it is. You got two types of white supremacy. You got the white supremacy that wants to trick you, and the white supremacy that wants to hit you. White supremacy that wants to hit you is dangerous for them, because they know we hit back, and we hit hard, and they don't want none of them problems. White supremacy that wants to trick you is always available, because you can always exploit a motherfucker like Van Jones, who cries if the motherfucking wind blows, who cries if he sees a white person even wave at him. John Lewis, Angela Rye, Bakari Sellers, Andrew Gillum, Joy Reid, all of these motherfuckers. They're readily available for a snake selected white supremacist to take advantage of them. That's the white supremacy that wants to trick you. Now, when they talk about trying to hit somebody, they know it's a different type of nigga they dealing with. Now you dealing with some hard body niggas. So they got a choice. And knowing white supremacy is sleazy and they take soft targets, they're gonna always pick the trick one. I mean, why wouldn't they? Do trick white supremacy and go get Joy Reid. Go get goddamn, what's that nigga name? Lamoise Hill, Marcus Lamoise Hill. Go get that nigga. These niggas is pussies, they'll bow down. Go fuck with some real niggas and try to do that hit shit. Now you dealing with some certified niggas that'll put a boot in your motherfucking ass. That'll put a foot on your fucking neck. And they know the difference. Trust me, one thing white people know is they know who not to fuck with and who to fuck with. And certified black society ain't one of them. So there's two different types of white supremacy, and there's two different breeds of nigga. One nigga's a bitch that you can play, the other nigga's a motherfucker you better stay away from, cause shit get dangerous. And that's what we represent. And by the way, the Black Alpha Network and this Black AlphaCast, we are no coon zone. We are plantation free zone. No bed bucks, no bed wenches, and none of that shit. Only thing you gonna see over here on this side is certified black society, my power blacks, my B1s. That's it. And like I told you, we seen through all the bullshit. We seen the shit a mile away. So this is what happened with Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he was replaced, but more true to it, his style of white supremacy has been replaced and it's gone. And it's always been this way. This shit ain't nothing new. Like I told you, coming out the civil rights era, white folks went to covert. Coming out of slavery, the motherfuckers went to covert. Cause now you had black folks who was running around after Civil War with guns, talking about building shit on their own. A lot of people don't even know that white folks after slavery was saying racism was over. There's no more racism, we freed the slaves. White folks were saying that shit the day after the Civil War, and they said that shit all the way until fucking yesterday. In the late 80s, early 90s, when black folks were starting to get some consciousness, some awareness, around the time when the Malcolm X movie popped off, when the young Tupac was out here getting it, when you had people like Queen Latifah dropping that shit. Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet, Outkast came around the same time. Real Afrocentric, What's the Word, Johannesburg, you know? To my niggas out there who know this shit, either you was alive for this shit or your ass is a historian and you got this shit laid out. This is what was happening. A lot of black folks was taking up issues like the apartheid in South Africa. This was going on back then. What happened? As soon as this shit pop off, Bill Clinton come playing the saxophone, covert racism, shit's better. And by the way, as soon as Bill Clinton played that saxophone and they was talking covert racism in the mid-90s is when Joe Biden wrote the crime bill. It's funny with Joe Biden, this motherfucker's the guy who wrote the crime bill and he's the same guy now looked at as some savior. And I covered that in my Say No to Joe. Go back and look at my Say No to Joe episode and I said the same shit. Same shit. I said the nigga who wrote the crime bill is also the nigga acting like he's some type of savior. The same motherfucker who said he marched in the civil rights era, which no one ever saw him, is the same motherfucker in 2020 talking about he's some type of white ally. This motherfucker done played both sides of the fence. Why? Because covert racism allows you to do it, and two, covert racism coon ass niggas fall for the shit. You gotta remember, to a coon ass plantation smut, facts don't mean nothing. Facts don't matter. A fact can be staring at them right in their fucking face and they'll deny it. You got black folks out here saying, I don't believe Joe Biden is that same guy from 94. A motherfucker I know personally just told me the other day, you can't judge Joe Biden by his past. A man can't be judged by his past. Same motherfucker turn around and tell you past behavior is the best indication of future behavior. He'll flip-flop then. And then also, don't tell me that you can't judge Joe Biden by his past. The motherfucker is 77 years old. His past is a fucking senior citizen. Okay, his past got fucking gray hair. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Joe Biden ain't no fucking spring chicken. Joe Biden is old as a fuck. Joe Biden was older than half our mamas and daddies in 1994. And you talking about don't judge this motherfucker. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask all my B1s, all my certifieds. Let me ask y'all a question. Because this is what we do. We talk, we chop it up directly. Man to man, woman to woman, king to king, God to God. Let me ask y'all this. You think if you made any mistakes in your fucking 40s, somebody would be willing to give you the he's changed pass? Y'all can't judge him on his past, even though he did it when he was 50 fucking years old. You think you would get any passes for something you did in your 50s? Matter of fact, would you get a fucking pass for anything you did in your 20s? Hell no. Motherfuckers would be saying, man, I don't give a fuck how old you are. Responsibility. You need to make up your own decisions. Motherfucker. Matter of fact, that's what Joe Biden said in his 1994 crime speech. He said, I don't care. Lock him up. No malarkey. You ain't no victim of society. That motherfucker had no mercy for bad decisions. But now we want to say that Grandpa made a bad decision when Grandpa now was a fucking Grandpa then. Fuck Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a selected president. Kamala Harris is a selected vice president. Don't nobody out here in these streets fuck with them. They were chosen specifically to stifle black progress. Black folks done became way too motherfucking woke. Way too woke. I gave you slavery, white folks went to covert. I gave you civil rights era, white folks went to covert. I gave you early 90s, white folks went to covert. Bill Clinton, saxophone, all that bullshit. Then black folks started kind of getting on code a little bit around 2007, 2008. You remember the Gina 6, Sean Bell? Black folks started questioning some shit. And then what happens? Barack Obama, the biggest covert motherfucker of them all. Give these niggas a black president, shut him up. Give Martin Luther King's dream, shut him up. Give him a triumph over Donald Trump, shut him up. Give him a fake ass Indian, Asian, fucking mixed mutt motherfucker vice president chick nobody fucks with, by the way. And give them and them con niggas to shut the fuck up. Recycle. Hook, line, and sinker. Bait and switch. Carrot on the stick. What my man Malcolm say? You been bamboozled. You been hoodwinked. You stupid motherfuckers. And that shit happens all the time. But certified blacks, we don't fall for that shit. And there's no coincidence that over here on the Black AlphaCast, we documented that shit and we called it out before it happened. And now it's happening. Black folks, y'all can throw y'all little fake plantation parties all the fuck you want. You can be in plantation heaven all the fuck you want. But it don't matter, because that shit gonna come down on you. Now, we already know what's gonna happen. And that's the thing about black folks. Black folks make the same mistakes over and over and over. White people don't even come up with new shit. White folks just recycle old lies and black folks fall for this shit. So, if you want to hear a future prediction of what Joe Biden's presidency is going to look like, here we go. I'm going to give it to you right now. This is how fucking easy it is, okay? It ain't nothing hard about it. If it's hard, then you a dumb nigga, okay? Simple as this. In future news, white supremacists are going to get angry and start killing black folks. Black folks are going to be attacked by Joe Biden. He's going to say shit like, no looting now, respect the police. All you little fake white liberal friends are going to tear down all them Black Lives Matter signs. They're going to quit coming to your motherfucking marches. They're going to start saying all lives matter. Then all of a sudden your liberal friends are going to start supporting the police again. All that defund the police? Nope, they're going to say give them more money. Give them more money. Matter of fact, Joe Biden's already said give them more money. and y'all niggas voted for him. And the most important motherfucking thing is they gonna say it's a post-racial America. Donald Trump's victory signified the end of racism. The motherfucking election results came out on a Friday night. They was calling post-racial America before the weekend. These motherfuckers ain't even wait till Monday. Shit. They got a head start on that shit. They was like, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden has been selected as a new president of post-racial America. Damn. You seen smoke flying out their ass. They weren't playing because that's why he got elected. Remember, Joe Biden got elected because of reparations, tangibles, no black agenda, no vote, no justice, no peace, black love is black power, black pride. He got elected because of all of those reasons. But dig this, he didn't get elected to help those reasons. He got elected to stop those reasons. Black folks, we done became way too motherfucking woke. Somebody can make the case that black people right now within the last 10 years are the most woke we've ever been. And there's a lot of different reasons why. I know they like to compare different eras and all that shit. I'm not here to do none of that. But I'm here to tell you right motherfucking now that this black era, I ain't saying generation, I'm saying this black era is the most woke black era in the history of our existence in this fucking country. A country that we built, by the way. Our fucking country. Straight up. So black folks, do not think that that doesn't come with consequences. Do not think they didn't go back to the white supremacist drawing board and devise a plan to stifle that shit. That plan looks just like Joe Biden. Just like it. If y'all thought we was gonna walk around this motherfucker with naturals, talk about Kemet and Kush, you got niggas talking about black Israelites, the Nation of Islam. You got black folks talking about the melanin power. They talking about black soul, black pride, black love, black families, black babies, black alpha, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, the Haitian Revolution, the spirit of Ogun. We got videos every day where these motherfuckers trying to run up on us and we beating their ass. Our sisters is beating their women's ass. Our brothers is beating their men's ass. Our kids is beating their kids' ass. If you think we was gonna walk around putting out all that type of black energy and these motherfuckers weren't gonna come back, then your ass don't know white supremacy. You feel me? This was all a response. This is what it always is. We get our shit together, we move 10, they try to pull us back 20. This is the history in America, and that's what they're doing right now. Joe Biden is a selected supremacist. Covert racism is the selected style of supremacy, and they're gonna run with this shit as long as these sucker motherfuckers will allow it to happen. I'm telling you right now, all of us B1s and certified blacks, it's our job to stop it. That's it. We the only motherfuckers keeping this shit alive, keeping this realness alive. That's it. You feel me? These sucker coon ass niggas and Van Jones bitch ass and Roland Martin fat ass, these motherfuckers ain't gonna ever stop shit. None. You dig? These white supremacists, you know they ain't never gonna stop. It's in their nature to be sleazy. The only motherfuckers who represent anything that's strong and powerful is us certified black society. And the only way you can get this shit is by being hard, being stern, and being a power black. Since that's what we all are, then let's put it down. Let's do what the fuck we got to do. And we already pushing. They're not gonna liberal us back to sleep. They're not gonna Democrat us back to sleep. Ain't none of that shit happening. So in other words, they want smoke, we gonna barbecue. Joe Biden ain't changed. You don't retire from being a white supremacist. You may retire from being a basketball player or retire from being a football player. You don't retire from being a white supremacist. That's a lifelong job, and that's what Joe Biden is. A very lifelong job because the motherfucking 70-something years old. Okay? But let me tell you this, and don't forget this shit. Y'all remember when Richard Spencer, an open white supremacist, supported Joe Biden? Everybody was like, he's just doing that shit to undercut Biden so y'all motherfuckers will vote for Trump. Nah, not really. Richard Spencer voted for Joe Biden. Voted for him. Matter of fact, a lot of open white supremacists have voted for Joe Biden. Y'all keep talking about how he turned Georgia blue. Did he turn Georgia? Or did he get a bunch of old white supremacists to vote for him because they relate to his white supremacist ass? It's called anti-black racism. So Joe Biden got Richard Spencer to vote for him, and he turned Georgia blue. That's a whole lot of white supremacists who like Joe Biden. So remember this, all y'all black niggercrats. Y'all motherfuckers voted for the same president that white supremacists voted for. He didn't turn Georgia blue just because. It wasn't all a bunch of new voters. It wasn't a bunch of black voters. He turned Georgia blue because a lot of white supremacists relate to Joe Biden. So in other words, a bunch of black people can't see this motherfucker is an open racist, but a bunch of white supremacists, including Richard Spencer, can clearly see that he's a white supremacist. That's why they voted for him. Now let's talk about this election. Yeah, we got some shit to talk about this motherfucker. Let's talk about the means in which they're willing to go to bring about this selective supremacy, this covert shit. And trust me, these motherfuckers will do anything to trick us, including steal an election, including do some foul shit at the ballot box. This is the first election I've seen in my motherfucking lifetime that had 4 lead changes in less than 24 hours. It started off with Joe Biden winning. And then Donald Trump ran his ass down and started winning. And then when we all went to sleep at night, all of a sudden we wake up in the morning, Joe Biden leading again. In places where Donald Trump was winning, all of a sudden Joe Biden ran him down at the last minute. And they'll try to say it's because of mail-in ballots. You mean to tell me Donald Trump ain't got nobody with mail-in ballots? Even though he got a gang of disabled and elderly people that I know for a fact did not go to the polls. And they did write-ins themselves. My understanding, doing this math, is that Joe Biden would have had to win like 80 to 90% of all the mail-in ballots. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Why you think it took so long to count this shit out? Why you think this motherfucker took 4 days? The election was on Tuesday. They didn't give the results until Friday night. And then the results they gave on Friday night weren't even the final results. Because they were still counting. They were just projecting the projected winner. They ain't even count all this shit yet. I ain't never in my motherfucking life seen no election that take 4 days. The George W. Bush Al Gore election from the year 2000 that went to the Supreme Court operated more smooth than this shit. Get the fuck out of here. Try another one. Try another one. And don't tell me because of COVID either. Because if it's because of COVID and the election was this fucking wacky and it took 4 days and 5 days and 7 days, then all this shit's in question. You ain't gonna say it's COVID and tell me shit was all crazy and all that twisted ballot shit happened because of COVID, but they finally ended up at the right answer. No. Bullshit. And don't get it twisted, this shit happens all the time in this country. All these fake ass politicians do it. The Democrats done stole elections, the Republicans done stole elections. Fuck, the Democrats done stole and rigged the primaries against Bernie Sanders. They done rigged that motherfucker against him in the primaries, so what makes you think they wouldn't do that shit in the general election against Donald Trump? And if you don't believe that, take the Democrat dick out your mouth. Cause I know these Demo niggas out here and they suck white motherfucking liberal dick all day. Well, pop the motherfucking liberal dick out your mouth, motherfucker, and see straight. They done did this shit to their own. They'll do this shit to Republican. This shit happens all the time in America, on both sides. Ain't gonna be no goddamn one side is an angel and one side is bad. Anytime you meet a black person and they talk that the Republicans are evil and the Democrats are great, you already know they got some white supremacist implants in their brain. As soon as they start talking that shit, walk right the fuck away from them. You can tell what a nigga's about by listening to him for 1 minute, and you can tell who his slave master is. Okay? The Democrats ain't shit, the Republicans ain't shit, but we ain't gonna sit here and plantation hop. My master better than your master. No, fuck them. So that election was mad funny style, mad shaky. And this right here is the final straw. This is the final motherfucking nail in the coffin. They try to say that Joe Biden broke Barack Obama's votes record. Get the fuck out of here. Not one motherfucker alive believes that shit. Barack Obama was doing record numbers with minorities. And you mean tell me Joe Biden did, even though you can walk down the street for the last year and ain't nobody repping no goddamn Joe Biden. And don't tell me people hated Trump so much, because I seen way more Donald Trump signs. Joe Biden. This motherfucker can barely walk. Wasn't nobody moved by Joe Biden. Trust me. Don't tell me people hated Donald Trump so much because Donald Trump ass won the last election by a landslide. And know this, if there was a low black turnout, Joe Biden underperformed with Latinos, and Joe Biden shared the white vote with Donald Trump. How the fuck does that equal breaking Barack Obama's votes record? We all know that's some bullshit. Get that shit the fuck out of here. What it does is show us that black people got so goddamn woke that they was willing to rig an election, steal an election, do some funny ass shit at the ballot, stab another white motherfucker in the back to bring in covert supremacy, to bring in a selected supremacist. They said these niggas is too goddamn woke. These niggas out here talking about reparations, tangibles. These black folks is standing on their own, being independent, and they gonna be a problem. Let's stop these niggas now. How you gonna stop them? Man, we gonna rig a motherfucking election. We gonna take this shit from Donald Trump. We all know Donald Trump got more supporters than Joe Biden. We were living in Trump's America. Remember that? Donald Trump got supporters in foreign countries. Joe Biden ain't. The average motherfucker from outside this country wouldn't even know who the fuck Joe Biden is. Nobody out here is on no Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That election was tooken and selected for them. Donald Trump got an army. That's why I say in my Donald Trump videos, y'all know goddamn well Donald Trump was gonna win unless they wanted to go to covert racism. The only thing that could have beat Donald Trump was covert white supremacy. And that's what the fuck happened. I predicted the shit. And in order to do that, they had to do some funny ass shit at the ballots, some shit we ain't never seen before. I don't give a fuck if you suck Democrat dick. You cannot deny the shit that went on in this election was funny style as hell. But nobody wants to hear Donald Trump's side of the story because Donald Trump's been seen as a villain. Nobody wants to hear Donald out because Donald is a bitch. And we all know he's a bitch. So don't nobody listen to no bitch. And that's what happened. He played himself. And they took that shit right from him. Never underestimate how serious they are about covert white supremacy. They are willing to lie, cheat, steal, and kill another white person to bring in covert white supremacy. Your average everyday white person you see out here in the streets, they not the problem. It's them power brokers, them white folks behind the scenes, them white folks who lose money, the white folks who are thinking about it from a society level. The lobbyists, the brokers, the strategists, they're trying to move black people in blocks. They're thinking 15, 20 years down the road. And you can't do that on no overt white supremacy that John and Billy want to do. John and Billy, they just living their day-to-day life. Fuck you, nigga, get out my yard. But them power brokers, them lobbyists, no. They thinking how we gonna get this money and maintain this money. And woke niggas running around here with black power fists in the sky, certified black society, that's gonna fuck with my money. Rig that goddamn election. Rig that motherfucker now. These niggas is getting too woke. Well, what about Sally? Fuck Sally. I'm thinking 20 years down the road. And that's what the fuck happened. So moral of the story is black people, we get woke, white folks go into covert white supremacy, and Donald Trump, quite frankly, he's expendable now. They done slipped up and allowed Barack Obama to get them so angry that Donald Trump slid his way into office running some overt white supremacy. But after 4 years, we done found out that Donald Trump's overt white supremacy, quite frankly, is just too fucking expensive and it's too much of a goddamn headache. Not when you could always go covert and rock niggas to sleep. And Van Jones is on TV crying like a white bitch. That nigga cry like a white bitch when it ain't covert. When it is covert, overt, Gerald Levert, that motherfucker gonna cry. Bitch ass nigga. Well, fuck him, I'm gonna put him to the side. But this is the motherfucking fact, and this is the case, and that's what happened, and that's what we all been dealing with. Joe Biden did not win that election. Joe Biden was given that election. But you gotta look at it this way. It's not Joe Biden who won the election. It's covert white supremacy that won the election. And that's why he went from Sleepy Joe to Jim Crow Joe to the selected supremacist. And that's what the fuck it is. Now, I salute all my brothers and sisters, kings and queens, the goddess and the gods. We gotta keep working, keep grinding, because we got these coon ass niggas against us. We got these covert, overt white supremacist motherfuckers against us. But no matter what the fuck they do, they can never do it like us. Remember, keep living your black experience. And if your black experience ain't pissing them off, then you ain't living it right. This is Todd 6. Subscribe to this goddamn channel. Subscribe to this motherfucker right now. Don't go no further. Smash the like button, comment. I'm telling you, we building. This shit right now is the most hottest motherfucking podcast out. I guarantee you that shit. Why? It's because it's our podcast. It's me, you, it's everyone. All of us together. The same way we work together in these streets, the same way we build together in these streets, is the same way I'm representing all y'all. This the Black AlphaCast, and like always, I salute y'all. One love.
That's our motto. We want freedom by any means necessary.
Hell, I might be anywhere, but when I leave, you remember I said, with the last words on my lips, I am a revolutionary.